Okay, this is Freeway Pro 7. This video is serving to show why we need an action that will add versioning control over the CSS generated by Freeway to avoid trouble. Notice the biggest trouble that I have is with Scripty Lightbox 3. There's trouble with other CSS files, but especially with this one. And you can see I've got it applied here, and it's going to give a little overlay, popover, when clicked, displaying the contents of another HTML page within my site. So if we go to Safari and take a look at the problem, we can see that this is the file it's linking to, and this is the button. That's the problem. I've had Safari open for several days, and so it cached the CSS, and then I re-uploaded my site, and you can see this is not a preview from Freeway. This is off my web server. Anyway, when I click the button, you can see this red flash up here that's not supposed to happen, and no overlay content is displayed. And again, this is the code that handles it. Well, what happens to the overlay content? It's thrown to the bottom of the screen. This is the bottom of my page. You shouldn't be able to see below this, but actually the content is being thrown to the very bottom of the page. Now, you might say, well, how is it supposed to look in Firefox? You can see exactly how it's supposed to look. Boom. This is how it's supposed to look. The overlay is this box. I close it. I can open it. This is proper operation. Okay? But in Safari, even if I'm holding down the Option key now, and I'm going to click the reload. Let's go back. Option key, I'm holding it down. I click reload. Okay? And now, see? It doesn't work. It's still thrown to the bottom of the page. Most often when I click this, it'll fix some problems. And then the problems it doesn't fix, I hold down the Option key and then click it. And usually that fixes most everything except for silly old Scripty Lightbox. To fix this, I need to quit Safari and relaunch it. And that's a pain. And I know how to do it, but not everybody's going to do it. And we get a lot of people who come to my website frequently, who visit again and again and again, especially our distributors who are all over Japan. And it's really annoying because they click something and say, hey, it's broken, or I'm not saying anything. It's a serious problem. And just to tell them, okay, you're doing it wrong, kind of like the iPhone 4, you're holding it wrong. That's ridiculous. We need a better solution here. Again, this is how it's supposed to be. You click it, there's the overlay. And then you can go on to something else or close it out. That's how it's supposed to work. But in Safari, like I just showed you, it's utterly broken until I relaunch the browser. Okay? And again, going back to Freeway, it's Scripty Lightbox here. Scripty Lightbox is taking this page in my site, okay, which is this HTML page, and it is supposed to display it in an overlay when this button is clicked, and that overlay is going to be a certain, width and height and so on, as defined by what you're seeing here, Scripty Lightbox 3. So I'm not saying this action is broken or this action is inherently flawed, but I am saying that it's an inherent problem to Freeway that when I upload the files and then the CSS files are cached in the browser, especially from people who continue to view our site over and over. They come back daily, sometimes several times even. Our distributors who are explaining something to customers, and they need to access information, and they click it and it's broken. They don't know how to solve it, and not everybody's that smart, So I need to find out another way to solve it, and the only way would be versioning that I can think of on how to address, put a version number on the CSS files or rename them. But I don't want to do it manually. It's just impossible to do. Too much manual labor. I need to have an action or something that it would be great if Freeway did it, but the only way to make Freeway do things, as we've learned over the years, is to have an action of some sort. Anyway, the same thing for this button too. It also has Scripty Lightbox. For some reason, you see that little red thing, and I mean it's red because I've got the console, or I've got this displaying. But with that not displaying, nothing displays at all when I click. Okay, but the content is thrown down at the bottom. but the way it's supposed to work is shown in Firefox, which doesn't have the caching problem, and that's how it's supposed to work. See, Toyota, there it is. This is Lexus, and there it is. It works. So again, something that can address CSS files and change their name, or make them have a version number, so that it works smoothly and automatically. It could just be like version 1.0 when I upload once, and then the next time if I make a change on my site and I go to upload, it will add a number 2, version 2, and then it'll go all the way up to 10, and then after 10 it'll roll back to 1, and probably 10 changes is enough, right? I'm not going to upload my site 10 times a day. So something automatic, you just apply the action to the site, and it works. That's really what I'm thinking about. So hopefully this video clarifies how severe the problem is, and the need for some type of automated versioning system for CSS files to address it. So anyway, thank you for watching.